Hello and welcome to the Daily Grind. I'm your host, Segata-san, and today we'll be showcasing a matchup between two Protoss players. Top part of the map we have the little one, TLO, and at the bottom of the map we have WhiteRa, Duckie. Duckie, of course, is a seasoned StarCraft 2 Protoss player. Plays, I think, a majority of his matches as Protoss here, and they're both now playing on Xel'Naga Caverns. Both players very strong, competent StarCraft 2, StarCraft 1 veterans. Played a number of matchups, but what really interests me about this game is the fact that the little one is pulling away from playing Terran. That's right, he's playing Protoss. Normally a very strong, solid Terran veteran, opting for the standard Triple M, Marine Marauder, and a Medivac build. But in this case, he's taken on the alien side of the StarCraft gaming universe and choosing to play the Protoss, who are not human at all. In fact, look at the portrait down here. Always wondered, how do these guys eat? Anyway, both players are standard play here, going for Pylon, looking to go for Gateway very soon. Probably see assimilators go down, double assimilator, multi-gateway, eventually go robotics, cybernetics core, the whole kit and caboodle. Of course, for WhiteRa, standard play for him, Sentry, Stalker, and Colossi build. Wondering what we'll see here from the little one. Completely playing the different race. Yeah, so of course we've got here WhiteRa going for a scout, going to see what his opponent's up to at the 15 supply mark. Dropping in his gateway, dropping in his assimilator, going to get gas production on the way. It's going to be very, very joyous. Moving in here, let's see what he can see. Of course, he's scouted the gateway. He's moved around, scouted his assimilator, scouted his probes, having a look around. And he stops and goes, hey, look, I'm going to take some of your minerals. I forget. Oh, here we go. Duck has dropped on an assimilator into the little one's base. That's the equivalent of dropping a hotel on Park Lane or Mayfair. Creates quite a bit of confusion and delay. Will unfortunately force the little one to have to deal with that. Of course, he is choosing to chrono boost in a zealot to go down and take out that assimilator, to clear it up so he can actually use it. Now that's going to cost him a little bit. At the same time, we have the little one going in for a scout at Duck's base, having a look around, sees the gateway, sees the cyber core going down, sees the assimilator going down, and then pulls out. One big mistake there for the little one, doesn't see the second gas. Only sees those structures there, does not see the second gas. That will affect his factoring in of strategies, and whatever he plans to do, he'll be relying on the hope and the fact that Duck has only gone for the one gas. Moving around here, Zealot's taking care of the assimilator, Duckload grabbing a supply of gas, still wanting to have a look around, making sure that he knows what his opponent's up to, doesn't see anything new, moves on. Same time, we have the little one dropping a pylon back here. More than likely he's going to hide some tech at the back of his base here, hoping that Duckload won't come and have a look again. Zealot's going around to have a look for that missing probe, wondering where he's gone. And, oh, here we go. The little one dropping in a Stargate, so more likely we'll see some early Phoenix, or possibly even early Void Ray harass and aggression. Duckload moving back to his base here, of course, going for the standard PvP build here. Going in Stalker, probably going to see a heavy Stalker saturation because he's totally saturated his gas. He's got minerals under the way. He's got another gateway underway, 2 gates, so he's going for a 3-gate Stalker pressure. And he's also going Twilight Council, so more likely we'll see a Blink being teched into. Okay, fighting a battle here at his ramp against Stalker or Zealot combo. Pulling back, looking to kite those Zealots and Stalkers away. Moving his other Stalker in, he's got the advantage of the below ramp and above the ramp. Hoping to get rid of that Stalker. Stalker's down, he can now just kite those Zealots around. Zealots, of course, are so strong, one of the stronger melee units in the game early on. Looking to move in and cause some problems there for the Stalkers. Warping in another Stalker at the same time. One of the great things, of course, Zealots, as I said, very strong against Stalkers if you can close the distance. At the same time, Stalkers simply be able to kite them around, choosing the alternative option here. The little one decides to harass the mineral line and take out some of those workers. While teching into Blink and hoping probably that one of the Blink is done, he's going to go in for some harass. Warping in 2 more Stalkers, going to make his way up there. At the same time, the little one, of course, has managed to put down 2 Phoenixes. And those Phoenixes will factor in very well to his defense and his offensive game. Phoenixes, of course, with that gravity beam of theirs, one of the really, really annoying actual abilities of the Phoenix, able to grab those units and pull them up. Stalker aggression coming up with a probe. Probe's going to drop down a pylon, create a proxy pylon that we can warp in further zealots. And the Phoenix is going to work on those Stalkers. He's grabbing them, he's picking them up, and they're taking care of it. Using Blink to back away from those particular Phoenixes. He knows he can't get too close to those Phoenixes because they will drop to these Stalkers. And at the same time, the little one reinforcing his Stalker count coming down the ramp. And it's going to be a battle over this ramp right now. We could see a GG from either party at this point, but this harass is really not going against WhiteRa at this point in time. Attempting to try and fight on this ramp. Not exactly the greatest strategy here, but trying to push his opponent back into his base and try and get up and get some aggression going. Pulling back and reinforcing his position. Both players looking... This could end up being a war of attrition. Game doesn't have much longer on the game clock. We're only seeing about 3 minutes left. And it could be GG for either of these players. But really, it's in favour of Ducklo at the moment. He's got his opponent trapped inside his base. He's using those Phoenixes as best he can. But he knows he can't go in for a straight harass. If he uses a gravity beam against one of those Stalkers, they're all going to focus fire on it and bring it down. The little one using that ramp as a choke really well, really effectively keeping WhiteRa out of his base. And of course, here we go, WhiteRa now looking to opt in for Dark Shrine technology, dropping the Dark Shrine in his base. He's going to bring in some DTs into this battle, hoping to probably slip into his opponent's base and take him by surprise. The little one, not building any more Phoenixes, but he has finally got his Twilight Council up. He's dropping, but he's actually dropping the Forge, so it looks like he's going to go for a defensive build here. He's looking to probably grab some upgrades, but at the same time, probably the key reason for getting that Forge is so he can drop some cannons into the base and use it for defense, because it doesn't look like a duck load is going anywhere. As you can see here, he's not sure what's out there. He knows he's seen the pylon, so he obviously has to assume that he's going to be warping in more units, probably Stalker heavy, so they're reinforcing with some Zealots here, probably help with that harass against those Stalkers. At the same time, Duckload doesn't know exactly where those units are, but he knows they're up there. He's going to have a look. Those Stalkers know what he's up to. He's dropping those pylons in, and it could be anyone's game at this point. 2 photon cannons going down. We have literally a minute left to go on this game. It could be GG either way. Photon cannons being used for defense, but those DTs are finally active. They're finally in the game. They're down here. They're trying to get in, but they've blocked the ramp with a force field. He can't get in. He can't see what's going on. Those DTs are practically useless at this point. They're trying to get into bat and they're getting nothing at this point. Photon cannons are down. That's not looking too good for our opponent here. Gravity beam 1 DT, no kills on that DT. Other DT is dead, and I'm thinking we're going to see a GG any minute here from, yeah, there it is, WhiteRa, GG, out of the game. Of course, they're having 2 DTs, great option of strategy there. As you can see, the little one is going for Warp Prism, more than likely going to grab some units, possibly some DTs, even maybe some probes, get another expansion going down somewhere, maybe on the gold minerals. Potentially anywhere else, or even just use it to slip into his opponent's base, drop the prism array, and then start warping in some DTs. But at the same time, we've got quite an excellent matchup here for PvP, very high level of play, obviously opting to pull out while ahead, but those DTs going in for Ducky, no runs, all wickets taken, out of the game. So there we go, another PvP matchup against 2 highly qualified. The little one, I underestimated him before I started put this game on. I have to admit, didn't expect them to be able to pull off a victory against Duckload, having seen Duckload's many games as Protoss, very strong Protoss player, going for early harass, early aggression with Stalkers and Zealots and Sentries, not paying off. The little one playing a very strong defensive game, utilizing the choke, utilizing those Phoenixes to use gravity beam against those Stalkers to really put some pressure on his opponent. Finally going for DTs, hoping to use them aggressively against his opponent. So great matchup there. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learned something. I know I have. And I'll see you next week on The Daily Grind.